So let's go ahead and do it, guys. Let's go ahead and just run down our list of the least impressive, most impressive, and then the hire that we're looking for to see where it goes. I'll start, and I'll just give you all three of mine. My least impressive hire is, I think, what most of us are probably going to say, which is Terrence Knighton. 0 Power 5 experience, other than his years in the NFL, and he knows what it takes to get to the NFL and perform at that level. I don't know what he brings to the table. That's bottom line. My most impressive hire for me is definitely Tony White. And then the guy that I am most looking forward to seeing where he goes is EJ Barthel. So there you go. Those are my three. We'll start with you, Derrick. Who's your least?
All right. I'll just play a little different from you, and I'll say my least favorite's got to be, if it becomes official, Dvorak.
Okay.
Like, zero experience. I mean, just nothing. Knighton's right there too, but just to be different, to me, they're 1A, 1B. As far as most impressive, it's got to be Tony White. Like I think it's a great hire. I really do. And I'll say Ed effing Foley, baby. I love this guy. I love to see what he's going to do. And he's going to turn this offensive line around, helping old Donnie Raiola out. and then Tyler's going to have nothing but praise to say about this guy.
I might as well just follow Derrick's footsteps there, because I completely agree with him in everything. Best hire, Tony White. It's not even a discussion for me. Worst hire, not worst hire. Least exciting hire is Rob Dvorak, easily. And sleeper hire, I love Ed Foley. I'm on the Ed Foley bandwagon. I love that dude. He's great. I love the experience.
All righty. Go ahead, Tyler.
So tune into the Husker Podcast all season for the Ed Foley show. I think and
follow them at Husker Cuzcast on Twitter and Facebook, and subscribe at Husker Cuzcast on your favorite podcast. Or the Ed Foley show.
Yeah, the official podcast for Ed Foley takes.
Ken, if you look at my name on the screen right there,
yeah,
I typed it in wrong. My Twitter handle. I typed it in wrong.
Well, I'm doing a little cussing, so actually Scott should put Scott. So anyway,
I didn't put my Twitter handle, but my coaches, I guess Rob would definitely be near the bottom of the least excited, but I didn't include him since he hasn't been official. And I'm gonna go EJ Barthel is actually my least. A little bit different there. A big part of that has to go into the drop off. I talked about the drop off of Ed Foley to Bill Bush. I think Applewhite to Barthel is a pretty big drop off also. So I maybe a little bit better on a couple of those coaches, but he's down there for me. The best hire, the home run, the closest thing to a home run hire is Tony White. I mean, nothing more to add there. And to me, the guy that's the most likely to be a surprise, I don't remember the actual title of this superlative. Sleeper, Donnie Raiola. Give him a chance. Like, he has the most Big Ten experience. He's fourth on staff in Power 5 experience. Like, he's still young. Give Donnie
40. He'll be 40 this year. Young.
Hey, you know what? You know what happens? Then you're a man. Then you don't mess it when you turn 40. You're a man. Yeah, he's like the third oldest coach.
I would put Evan Cooper in there before Raiola.
I don't think Evan Cooper is a sleeper. I think Evan Cooper is legit number 2 hire on staff. I think he is. If we did not hire Tony White and we were recording, Evan Cooper was going to be my favorite hire. So I don't. Yeah, I do think Evan Cooper is a better hire than Donovan Raiola. I just don't even think he's not a sleeper. He's a really.
I still think it was a sleeper. I guess.
That's the difference for me. I think Donnie's like towards the bottom, but I think he has a little bit more upside. Like, if I'm ranking the coaches, Donovan Raiola is not one of my top 4, but I think he has the potential to get there. That's why I listed him as a sleeper.
Scott,
all right.
Have you gone yet?
So in the world of unknowns, I would say that, yeah, you could make an argument for Terrence Knighton and especially Rob Dvorak as the least exciting hires. But since they are in the land of the unknown, I mean, it's just by default very not exciting. But I've got Donovan Raiola as my known least exciting hire. I've just got him because we know what we kind of have an idea of what's coming. And I honestly, maybe I'm just playing a game of like, I mean, the first time I've ever predicted us to lose against Iowa, we finally win. And so I'm just really hoping that by me picking the least exciting, our offensive line just blows the wheels off of the Big Ten. But I've got him as my least exciting hire. And then for my most exciting hire, yep, I think it's pretty much unanimous that Tony White would definitely take that cake. And then, yeah, for my sleeper, I do got Evan Cooper. I've got him as the sleeper just in the sense that, I don't know, I just got this feeling. I've got this feeling in my soul that he's going to put together a really solid secondary for us next year. That's it.
What I will say about Donovan Raiola as like the least exciting, I mean, he's the biggest dick punch hire out of everybody, right? Especially the way that it all came about. When, you know, because I'm sitting there on whatever night it was, and we saw John Garrison was going to be named the O-line coach at from Football Scoop, right? So I saw the tweet, sent it out to the cousins, and I'm like, yes, you know, finally something to be excited about. And it was, you know, 5 minutes later, then Sean Callahan was like, no, that's false. It's Donnie Raiola. I tell you what, that ruined my night. I was watching something on Netflix and I had to turn it off. And I went to bed and I laid there and I could not even fucking sleep because I was so disturbed by that.
Well, there's the first F-bomb. So again, I think one thing just to specify, and I think we would all sign off on this message. We all know Matt Rhule knows way more about coaching than any of us. So
it makes you wonder with these hires, doesn't it? Makes you wonder.
You know, a little bit, but I am old enough to remember about 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago when we first heard Ed Foley and Terrence Knighton, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's bringing these guys as analysts. These aren't actually going to be our position coaches."
Right.
And and you heard all that stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like,
which we all sat here and laughed at too, because what coach comes in and hires their analyst first?
Yeah, the first thing they're going to do is bring analysts. And I had a different thread. I was like, it was around Terrence. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I think Terrence is going to be our defensive line coach, and he's like, no, there's no way. He's an analyst, and again, Ed Foley was in the same bucket, and nope, this is it. So
well, then there was the narrative that Matt Rhule likes to have two defensive line coaches, so
Well, now we're a 3.
Doesn't appear that's going to happen.
Well, now we're a 3-3-5. It would be really hard to justify two defensive line coaches on a 3-3-5.
You coach one guy.
Oh man. Well, that was fun. That was a nice exercise, and I'm not sure what it was, but it was